I'm 92 years old, and I need to tell you something that took me 86 years to understand. Something so obvious that I'm embarrassed it took this long. Something that everyone around me seemed to accept without question, and so did I, until very recently when I finally stopped and asked myself one simple question. Why? Why did I spend 65 years of my life doing something I never actually chose? Why did I accept without question the single biggest lie our society tells us? The lie about work, about what we're supposed to do with our lives, about what it means to be productive and valuable and successful. I'm not talking about hard work or laziness. I'm talking about something deeper, something that shaped every decision I made from age 21 until I was 86. And when I finally saw it, really saw it, everything changed. But by then, most of my life was already gone. I graduated from college in 1953. The world was different then, or so we tell ourselves. But the fundamental lie was exactly the same. You go to school, you get a job, you work for 40 or 50 years, you retire. That's life. Nobody questioned it. It was just what you did. So I got my degree in accounting, and 3 weeks after graduation I started working at a firm downtown. $42 a week. I wore a suit every day, took the bus, sat at a desk, calculated numbers, went home, did it again the next day, and you know what I felt? Nothing. No passion, no excitement, no sense that this was what I was meant to do. But I never questioned it, because everyone else was doing the same thing. My father worked in a factory for 43 years. My older brother was a salesman. My friends from college all got similar jobs. This was normal. This was life. And if you felt empty or unfulfilled or like something was missing, well, that was normal too. That's just what being an adult was. I worked at that firm for 7 years. Then I moved to a different company. Better pay, more responsibility. By the time I was 35, I was making decent money. Had a nice house, 2 kids, a wife who kept everything running at home. From the outside, I had everything I was supposed to want. But here's what nobody tells you. You can have all the right pieces and still feel completely hollow inside. I would sit in meetings, listening to people talk about quarterly reports and efficiency metrics, and I would think to myself, is this it? Is this what I'm going to do until I'm 65? But I never said it out loud. I never even really admitted it to myself. Because what was the alternative? Everyone worked. That's just what people did. You didn't quit your job to go find yourself. That wasn't an option. So I kept going, year after year, decade after decade. The work changed. The companies changed. But the fundamental feeling never did. I was trading my time, my energy, my life for money. And I told myself that was the deal. That's what adults do. We sacrifice the present for the future. We work now so we can enjoy retirement later. Except, here's the thing about retirement. When you finally get there, you're too old and too tired to do most of the things you put off. I retired at 66, 1987. I had been working for 45 years straight. And you know what I did the first week of retirement? Nothing. I sat in my house, and I didn't know what to do with myself. All those years, I had been dreaming about the day I wouldn't have to work, the day I could finally do what I wanted. But I had no idea what I actually wanted. Work had consumed so much of my life that I didn't know who I was without it. I had no hobbies, no passions, no dreams that weren't attached to a paycheck. So I started doing what retired people do. I played golf, I watched television, I read the newspaper every morning. And it was fine. It was comfortable, but it wasn't fulfilling. And somewhere deep down, I knew I had made a terrible mistake. Not in retiring, but in how I had spent the previous 45 years. My wife died in 2004. We had been married for 51 years. And after she was gone, I had even more time to think, to sit with my thoughts, to look back at my life and really examine it. And that's when the question started. Why did I spend 65 years doing work that never made me happy? Why did I accept without question that this was just what life was? Why did I never stop and ask if there was another way? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized something terrifying. I had been lied to. We all have been. Society tells us that work is noble, that being productive is the highest virtue, that if you're not working, if you're not contributing to the economy, then you're worthless. But nobody asks the obvious question. Working toward what? Productive for whom? Contributing to an economy that doesn't care if you live or die. I spent 45 years making other people rich. I worked for companies that profited from my labor, and in exchange, they gave me just enough to keep me coming back, just enough to keep me trapped. A salary, benefits, the promise of a pension. But what did I really get? What did I actually build with all those years? Nothing that mattered, nothing that was mine, nothing that made me feel alive. I didn't build relationships because I was too busy working. I didn't pursue my interests because I was too tired after work. I didn't travel or create or explore because I was saving all of that for retirement, for someday, for when I finally had time. And by the time I had time, I didn't have energy. I didn't have health. I didn't have the people I loved. All I had was money and regret. Here's what nobody tells you when you're young. The things that make life worth living, they don't cost much money. Time with people you love, conversations that matter, experiences that stay with you, creating something with your own hands, learning something new, helping someone who needs it. These things are free, or close to it, but we trade them away for jobs we don't care about, so we can buy things we don't need to impress people we don't like. I know how that sounds, like some hippie nonsense, like the kind of thing someone says when they don't understand how the real world works. But I'm 92 years old. I lived in the real world for 9 decades. I played by the rules. I did everything I was supposed to do. And I'm telling you, the rules are a lie. The system is designed to extract everything from you and give you back just enough to keep you compliant, just enough to keep you showing up, just enough to keep you from asking questions. I have 6 years left if I'm lucky. The doctors have been saying that for a while now. Could be more, could be less. But the point is, my time is running out, and I spend every day thinking about all the years I wasted. Not wasted on bad things, just wasted on nothing. On work, that didn't matter. On chasing a version of success that was never mine to begin with. On postponing life until someday. I see young people today, and they're making the same mistakes, working 60-hour weeks, sacrificing their health, putting off relationships, telling themselves it'll all be worth it when they make partner or get promoted or finally hit some arbitrary number in their bank account. And I want to grab them by the shoulders and shake them and scream, "It won't be worth it. It never is. because the goalposts keep moving. You get the promotion, and suddenly you need the next one. You hit your financial target, and suddenly it's not enough. You keep sacrificing the present for a future that never actually arrives. But here's what makes me even sadder. Most of them can't hear it, just like I couldn't hear it when I was their age. Because the lie is so deeply embedded in our culture that questioning it feels impossible, radical, irresponsible. If you're not working yourself to death, you're lazy. If you're not climbing the ladder, you're a failure. If you're not productive every single moment, you're wasting your life. But it's all backward. The real waste is spending your one precious life doing things you don't care about for people who don't care about you. The real failure is reaching 92 and realizing you never actually lived. You just worked and died and left behind nothing that mattered to you. I don't have any grand wisdom about what you should do instead. I'm not going to tell you to quit your job and travel the world. That's not realistic for most people. But I will tell you this. Ask yourself why. Why are you working this job? Is it because you genuinely want to? Or is it because you think you're supposed to? Why are you sacrificing your health, your time, your relationships? Is it for something that actually matters to you? Or is it for some abstract idea of success that you absorbed from society without questioning it? And most importantly, if you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with how you spent your time? Not would other people be impressed. Would you? Because I'm not. I'm 92 years old. I lived a long life by most standards, and I'm not satisfied. I spent 86 years accepting the lie. 6 years ago, I finally woke up. And now I'm running out of time to do anything about it. Don't let that be you. Don't spend your whole life following a script someone else wrote. Don't postpone living until retirement. Don't trade your one irreplaceable life for a paycheck. The work lie is the biggest theft in human history. It steals your time, your energy, your potential, and it gives you back just enough to keep you from noticing until it's too late. I'm telling you now, it's a lie. You don't have to live this way. You never did. But you have to choose differently, and you have to choose now. Because I promise you, 92 comes faster than you think. And when you get here, all you'll have is your choices. Make them count.